You know, I make television programmes. One of the things that I particularly like, as you well know, is science programmes. Things that deal with pure science, right? Not nitwit stuff, pure stuff. I'm going to show you this tape. What can I tell? One thing I have to tell you in advance is that I've had a relationship, right? Because, you know, sometimes I have, like, sexual relationships with women. You know that. You're aware of that, don't you? 2 words, spice and girls, all right? You know, sometimes I do. And I did have a relationship with the woman in this, but don't let that, you know...
How exactly do you...
Sorry, just before we go any further, it weren't her. No, I wouldn't be knocking around with a skinny blonde bird, right? It was the other one, anyway.
Douse with food.
Yeah, well, the normal technique which I used for...
You shut up, please, for a minute. You shut up. You're not interested in science? She's talking about dowsing, right? Dowsing for food. I don't know. Have a look.
Testing for allergies is to actually place a food sample next to a person, and then I douse the alterations which occur in the body as the body reacts to that food sample.
What exactly is dowsing for anyone who doesn't know?
Well, dowsing generally is... Some people do it with a pendulum. There's a little pendulum that I use.
Actually, if you don't mind, I bought her that. That was my parting gift. My parting gift when I had to leave and say, I'm sorry, I can't go out with you anymore because, I suspect you're a bloke. No. I'm sorry, I can't go out anymore, but please accept this little pendulum as a token of my esteem. But I'll tell you what, she does like a laugh. I remember before she went to do this programme, she said, see that little blonde woman over there? I went, yeah, yeah. And she said, I bet I can get some sausages on her belly. Right? Have a look.
So how can you actually tell whether or not... I mean, could you douse for me, or do I have to douse for myself to see if I'm allergic to it?
I can douse you.
Right. If you could go through these and tell me what, if any, I'm allergic to.
Well, I mean, ideally, it would have been better if these had been put in small containers, because... So, I'm going to have to actually put the plate next to your body.
OK, fine. Where do you want it?
So, well, if you come next to the navel.
Right.
Sausages on the belly, there you go.
The centre of a person's body is at the navel.
No, hang on, look.
Don't come any closer.
Right.
Yeah.
No, don't come any closer. You might see my 5 o'clock shadow. Don't come any closer. Now, what she's going to do now, and this is where it becomes a serious scientific experiment, please. She's going to find out if you're allergic to any of these foods.
OK.
So, do you have an allergy to sausages? Yes.
Yes, you do.
Yes.
Yes, yes, I do detect there's an allergy to these sausages, whatever they are.
Or maybe they've got something in that's not normally in sausages, because they don't normally.
Well, shut up, Blondie! If she says you're allergic to sausages, you are, right? You got your own TV programme, be grateful for small mercies.
Allergic content may not be the meat, it could be the fat, it could be a preservative,
could be the plate.
It could be the skin, it could be anything at all.
That's sausage, right, OK, let's have a look at coffee.
Does she have an allergy to coffee? No.
I do.
Oh, no, you're just spoiling it for her because you're jealous of her hair now, aren't you? You're not allergic to coffee.
No, I don't think you do.
Not with this particular coffee.
Well, often with coffee, OK, coffee is quite a common substance which causes allergies, but many people don't realise that it's not just the coffee. It could be the sugar which they use, it could be the milk.
Of course,
It could even be the water.
Which is what we...
Moving away from her. Yes, it could be anything.
You can actually test whether or not food is off, out of its sell-by date. Could you test this?
Right, now, shut up now, because this is another very important thing. Right, I'll show that again. She can do something else amazing with her dowsing skills. She can tell whether or not things are...
You can actually test whether or not food is off, out of its sell-by date. Could you test it?
Just one other thing. There is another way of doing this. Just have a look on the top of the package to see what the date... But maybe you live in Wales, you don't get pre-packaged food yet. I don't know. But so she does it by dowsing, tells if it's out of date or not.
Yes. Yes. Is this food off? Well, it says no, actually.
It's solid.
No, what is it?
It's milk with a crust on it.
Oh, it is off. Well...
So
basically, the only way to wind up the show, Blondie, is to say, so basically you've come on the show and you can't do anything you said you could do. OK, fine.
It varies. There may be something in a particular sausage that you are allergic to, even though you're not normally. So it's a great way of telling.
A great way of telling what? A great way of telling if you've got a liar on your show, that's all. Right, I just want to say something now. The dowsing, the allergies to food, is food off. That's just a sideline. It's just like a parlour trick that she does. She's actually a very serious scientist, and there is one particular field in which her expertise is absolutely peerless, and that's what she's going to talk about now.
Now, you're planning to recreate the dodo,
yes.
the extinct dodo. How are you going to do this?
Well, it's quite a simple process, really, although it sounds fantastic.
It certainly does. You're going to recreate the dodo? Yeah, I'll just get my little crystal and I'll rub it over like that, and the dodo comes back to life. It's fantastic.
But the process is actually to transfer biomagnetic information stored within dodo bone into turkeys.
Hopefully, the more you breed and breed, the more
Yes.
the dodo will become
Yes.
apparent.
Yes.
Now, I believe this is actually done before in other animals.
Yes, well, there's a doctor in China who's been experimenting, transferring vibrations from one species into another, and what he's done is actually transfer vibrations from ducks into chickens and obtain chickens with webbed feet.
Oh, it's funny when she tells it. I can't carry a gag and suddenly she's Ben Bleed Nelton. That was the gag as I remembered it, anyway. Ducks, chickens, that's right.
And then how long will this actually take to do?
Well, the process, the first process, the first stage, if you like, is to transfer the vibrations into the first lot of chicks. And then...
Sorry, can I just stop for a second and alert you to something? You're about to hear a phrase which I doubt you'll ever have heard before in your life, and I'm willing to bet as much as I'm earning this year that you're probably never ever going to hear this phrase again.
Well, these chicks will grow up. They could have varying degrees of dodo-ness.
Have a look in any phrase book, in any country. How do I say varying degrees of dodo-ness? No, I'm never going to need it, am I? Fascinating woman, though, and as I say, a scientist.
Where did your fascination come from about the dodo?
Well, I mean, I'll tell you, to be honest, I was driving through parts of London. I saw a big sign.
Sorry, I'm just going to... Just give me a second.
The dodo.
Well, I mean, I'll tell you, to be honest, I was driving...
I was driving. They let this woman alone at the wheels of the car. How can that possibly be?
Mrs. Dodo, I regret to inform you that you failed to reach the required standard. You failed your driving test.
Oh, no, let me check, see? Have I passed my test? Yes, no, that's fine.